you see me? Can you hear me? Can you let me know? Yes, you can hear me and you can see me. That's good to hear, good to know. Pain in the arse, this. How are we doing? It's a bit fuzzy. Yeah, I think there's the autofocus is acting up a little bit, isn't it? By the look of it. I need to have a mess around with it. I've only had this camera for a few weeks. Definitely still not right. But who have we got in? Let's have a look. Background's in focus and I'm out of focus, and it should be the other way around. It's bang out of order, this. Yeah, it's focusing on the wrong thing. Very strange. Tell you what, should we push some buttons and see what happens? Shall we? Shall we push some buttons to see what happens? Very quickly. No, I don't get why that's working the way it is. Bizarre. Very, very strange. Leave the background alone. Oh well. Oh, autofocus is on because it normally should be. Otherwise, you get out of focus. You know what I mean? But it's definitely something not right there. Don't know what it is, man. Don't know what it is. But it's definitely, it can focus on that, can't it? Just not on me. Very strange. Nearly worked. But then if I sit like this and I end up falling asleep, will it stay in focus? Will it stay in focus? Can it? Will it stay? Or will it go? Is it the moon it's focusing on? Yeah, pretend it's a filter. It's one of those Vaseline filters. Stupid. And I've got other cameras here I could have put in as well. This was working earlier on. I don't know why it's doing that now. Trying to think what else I can do to try and fix it. One sec, I'll try something. Is that any better? How about now? Is it still working? Yes, the background's out of focus and I am in focus, which for most people would be a bad thing, I think. Keep me out of focus, keep the moon in focus. You won't believe what I've just done there. This is absolute, genius level. I switched it off and switched it back on again. Microphone's very low, is it? Why am I having these problems? Why? Delilah. This is Jeff's fault, this. He's pissing about with everything. Yeah. If in doubt, switch it off and start again. But I genuinely don't know why it's been doing it. Right. Microphone needs to be increased at some point. I'll try and do that. Hopefully it'll work. As Botrick said hello. Right. So compared to the sound level of clips, I am quiet. I don't know why that is. I haven't messed around with anything. I haven't touched anything, and then all of a sudden it's gone crazy. Is that any better? It's showing us just below the orange, so it should be okay, in theory. In theory. The clips are loud. I try and make sure the clips are about the same as the speaking, but obviously there's something not right today. Blame Jeff. Right, let's have a look. I've missed loads there, haven't I? Saf, alright, you didn't win. Ah, well. As long as you put all the effort in, that's all that matters. Yeah, stop messing. I haven't been messing. But if in doubt, like the IT crowd say, switch it off and on again. And that seems to work. Although it's not the camera that the sound is coming through, that's completely separate. That I am definitely going to have to take all that apart tomorrow, I think. Start from scratch. I think I'll move my keyboard somewhere else. Have the sound shit going up here out the way on its own. See if I can get rid of some of those wires that are hanging around. But it is an absolute ball ache, isn't it? Which means, obviously, that later on, when it comes to Jeff and the Bears, everything is going to go completely tits up. Obviously. Can't wait. It's weird though, the clips. I do the clips in either CapCut or the other one. What's the other one called? I can't think now. UCut or CapCut. And they're normally around about the same level. So I might have to just increase my volume and hope that fixes things, because they seem alright. When I put them on videos, they seem alright. Don't mention the wires. I mentioned it once, but I think I got away with it, Mandy. Kirsty, you were off, no problem at all. No fighting, no losing charges, no breaking legs, right? Yeah, anyway. At some point, I think I'm going to have to restart OBS. Not tonight. Might have to do a fresh install of OBS and hope I can remember exactly how things were set up. I know which scenes I've got and which sources I've got in the scenes. It shouldn't be too difficult. But if I start from scratch, then hopefully it'll fix some of the stuff that's going wrong with the bloody thing. We'll get there though. I don't want to go back to just using Restream or StreamYard because I wouldn't be able to do half the things that I do with them compared to this. At least with OBS, I'm in control-ish of everything that goes on. Even if the camera does decide to throw a paddy. No, it wouldn't mess with your points, Mandy. The points are completely separate. No matter where I stream from, if YouTube has got a stream going, then the points will be happening. Botrix takes it all directly from that stream. So you'll still be earning your points. And it is logged in. It's definitely logged in. It's all very, very strange. I think, to be honest, everything seems to be going a bit weird today. Botrix is acting up. Twitch is acting up. Oh no, now that's working. Yeah, it's tech. All this tech shit, man. It's supposed to be making the world better. It's not really making anything better, is it? Yes, me, Mandy. Or rather, me points, Mandy. Crack on then, la, I will. The points can be used at Tesco, Saf, and also they can be exchanged for air miles if you want to go all around the world. Only with Jet Air though. So if you want to chance that one, try it. I don't think I'll be chancing an airline run by Jeff though. I'm looking red in the face as well, aren't I? Just a slight worry. But I've been doing my blood pressure all week and the blood pressure has been sound. Despite the fact that it was a little high last week. This week it seems to have come down. And it looks fairly stable as well. So hopefully when I drop it in and I speak to whoever's going to ring me up at some point, I'll be alright. I won't need to worry about it. But I will still keep an eye on things, and if I feel like it's getting too high, I will not hesitate in going back to them. Steve, yes, you can exchange your points for gummy bears at all reputable outlets and some very, very dodgy places as well. Not sure if you can exchange them for certain types of gummy bears though. You know the ones I mean. The ones where you get money off, them ones. And then you get a couple of days off. And then you're not supposed to be able to feel anything afterwards. Those kind of gummy bears. Man, you have worked hard to get these points. Definitely. Anyone who's been in all of my lives has worked very hard. Even I don't like seeing myself, so fair play to you. Might have been a side effect of not being well. That is one of the things, if you end up with a cold or something, or any kind of infection, when your body is fighting it, your blood pressure goes up, which is a slight concern, because does that mean that if I get sick, I'm at risk of another stroke, or does it just mean that I need to be careful? Yeah, just need to be careful. But when I think about it, I was not sleeping at all because of that storm that we had, the amount of noise. I was feeling a little bit under the weather anyway. So all of that added together, and then on top of it, the blood pressure probably made me a little bit more stressed than I should have been. So it's probably all that, isn't it? I edged it up ever so slightly. How many points for Mandy to make a life-size Nick teddy bear? Jesus. How much wool would you need for that? I'm not small, Casper. I'm not small, mate. I don't take anything for me high blood pressure because it's not normally high. When it was, and I was in the hospital, obviously after the stroke, it got high, and that's what caused it. They put me on some tablets to lower it, but then because I wasn't doing all the things that made it go high in the first place, I just kept on dropping and dropping and dropping until I was all right. Whereas now, it was just a little bit high, not by much, just a little bit. But I don't want to take any risks. That's where the pain in the arse is, I suppose. Yes, living a much healthier lifestyle now, thankfully. Eating rubbish food, tasteless rubbish food, which is really good for me. Nowhere near as much chilies. 6'4", yep. Banging my head on door jambs and things like that. I haven't weighed myself today though. What day is it? I don't even know what day it is. What day is it? Does anybody know? Wednesday. How the fucking hell is it Wednesday? Yeah, I normally weigh myself on a Sunday, which I didn't do on Sunday, so I'll have to do it tonight just to make sure. I think I was 15 stone 5 or 15 stone 6 last time I checked. Just under 100 kilos, which is healthy-ish. Yeah, you don't want to be knitting a teddy bear that big, Mandy. Definitely not. Far too much of an effort. Plus, where would you put the bloody thing? Unless you lash it under the bed. Otherwise, you're going to end up on Channel 5 on one of those documentaries. I knitted a 6-foot bear. But half the what it'd take to knit you, Steve. Oh, mate. But yours would be twice as cute, mate. Definitely. And twice as cuddly. Yes, bit of a clue. I do live streams on Wednesday and Sunday, and it's not Sunday. Very, very good point. Never thought of that. It just didn't feel like a Wednesday. Despite the fact that I know it's a Wednesday. I know it's a Wednesday because I had to do certain things in work on a Wednesday that I only have to do on a Wednesday. And I'm live streaming. And I even told my daughter, don't forget it's Wednesday, I'm streaming, so don't know why. It just doesn't feel like a Wednesday. And I've got to pick her up after this. Take her home because it's going to be freezing. We've got a yellow warning for snow overnight and in the morning. It's going to be dodgy apparently. Can't wait for that. But I've told my daughter to make sure she's awake early. Because even if it takes just an extra couple of minutes, it's still an extra couple of minutes early that she needs to be up. She can't afford to be late. She's got a big day ahead of her tomorrow. Apologies. Yes, if you don't want to knit anything 6 foot, knit Casper 11.5. What? 5, 11.5. Right, well, if you have a look on the screen, I'm getting Twitch promotions. Go to Steam Rise. We shall see. Yes, Mandy, you're told the snow was predicted. You are the wise woman. And 2 things must ye know of the wise woman. First, she is a woman. Oh, football chat. I'm going to have to jump in on this one, sorry. If this thing bleeding works. Jeff, stop piss balling about, will you? It should be there. Why is it not there? There you go. South Africa's kit was made by Lecoq Sportif, the makers of the best Everton kits of all time. Of all time. Absolutely incredible stuff. The 1984 Cup winning kit, the 85 League and Cup Winners' Cup winning kit. Amazing. Gorgeous kits. I love them. Much better than the Puma shite that we've had. And who else did we get? Umbro have done some really uninspiring stuff. Hummel have been a bit weird, but good. I don't mind Hummel. I like the Norwich kit. The last couple of seasons, both have been fantastic. Proper retro old school stuff, so I like that. Jeff, just stop it, please. Stop. I've had enough of you. And you'll stick to miniature stuff, yeah. You don't want to be knitting large loaves, do you? Like us. Large loaves, as my mum used to call us. That kid's a large loaf. It's going to snow there on Friday in Denmark. I'm not surprised. It should snow in most of Northern Europe, I think, at some point over the next few days. Speaking of which, we had the conversation the other week about the makeup of hailstones, didn't we? The show that I saw this in was Wild Weather with Richard Hammond, and it started again last night on BBC, on BBC4, so it'll be on the iPlayer. It's only 3 episodes. Yesterday was about wind. I think next week's the one about snow and ice. If you get a chance, watch it on the iPlayer on catch up. Absolutely superb programme. Weather, I always knew it was quite fascinating. I didn't realise just how fascinating it was. But yeah, and Richard Hammond, if you take him away from the other two, away from being that blokey car stuff, he's actually a really good presenter as well of just normal stuff. Yeah, do a 10-to-1 scale if you can. Hummel, good Danish brand. They are. And they were the first professional footy socks I ever owned were given to me by a Danish footballer, a Danish international, called Mikael Birkedal, who played for FC Twente. And he gave me a pair of green nest-fed Hummel socks, which I loved because no one had them. No one knew what Hummel was in the UK at that point. It was only a few years later, during the World Cup in '86, when Denmark were playing, all of a sudden people recognised this fantastic kit with the weird chevrons and the Hummel. What's Hummel mean? All of a sudden people knew what it was. I loved it. Yes, it does look good with Lotus on the front, especially those colours are Lotus. Those colours, by the way, Steve, are also the colours of the Ashcroft family crest. Apparently, our family has some kind of links to the Norfolk area. Hence the yellow and green as well. So I might well be distantly related to you down the line somewhere. Rain there tomorrow for you, Steve. Be thankful. Apparently it's going to be horrible here. Really is. But it shows you the difference just in a couple of 100 miles. You've got rain or it's full of snow this side. You're better at doing air now and you have yellow wool. There you go. Get going on it. The Norwich kit was Hummel in 84, 85, 86. I remember it well. That was when I think you had Dave Watson, didn't you, at that point before we signed him? And Steve Bruce would have been there at the time as well. Dave Watson, our Waggy, what a top man. Yeah, Steve, really, genuinely. In fact, let's have a look. See if I can find it now. There you go. Yellow and green with Floruit Fraximus as our motto, which I think means fruity bastards. But yeah, apparently it is of Norfolk origins. Jackie, how you doing? You alright? Busy but listening in. That's not bad at all. Some people say I have a voice that's good to listen to rather than a face that's good to look at. So you're getting the best of both worlds there, I think. You're getting loads of 15-minute old Insta chat pop-ups. Again, blame Jeff. Everything seems to be going Hertz Van Rental tonight. It's crazy. All tech has gone a bit weird. I had a mate who tried to ring me earlier on, tried to Skype me, just for 10 minutes. And no matter what I did, I couldn't answer. You got web toes. Oof. You're back to the 1500s and you're still in Norfolk. Of the soil, mate, of the soil. The Hummel director's on the Danish version of Dragon's Den. Fantastic. No, Jackie, not you, me. You're not ugly, I am. So I mean, you're better off listening to me than looking at me. So you weren't asleep on Sunday, but you weren't concentrating on chat. You'd have been busy knitting your next magnum opus. What day is it? This definitely does not feel like a Wednesday. This has the malignant air of a Thursday about it. Which means I've still got more days to do. Shit. Unless the lotto comes in tonight, obviously. If that does, I'll take the rest of the week off. I want to say week, I mean life. A face made for radio, exactly. I actually feel sorry for you having to look at me all the way through this. I wouldn't. You are fighting with the bear. Yeah. He's looking well though. Steve, no, I didn't watch the footy earlier. I was working till 7 o'clock and then I've been running around like a dickhead afterwards, including dropping my daughter off in town. My 17-year-old daughter, so she can go for a beer while I'm sat at home drinking fucking tea. There's something not right here, isn't it? His head's too small. Is his head too small or is his body too big? Which one did you do first? There you go. You thought it was Tuesday most of the day. So it's a pleasant surprise to find out that it's Wednesday, or to realise that it's Wednesday. Had to deal with a mouse issue, actually an ex-mouse. That seems to be quite a thing. Auto Alex, the YouTuber, the car YouTuber, he had one living in his house, which he dealt with the other day apparently. And they couldn't show it on the screen because it was too graphic. There was bits of mouse all over him. But it had to go. It was him or the mouse. And he paid too much for his house. Yeah, me running. I wish. I miss running. I really do. I never thought I would because it used to piss me off, apart from playing five-a-side football. Didn't like jogging, but I really liked running around for an hour, sprinting at full pace and getting achy and sore and things, and sweating like a 1970s Radio 1 DJ when the doorbell rings, that kind of thing, you know. But I even miss jogging now, to be quite honest with you. If I could get on the treadmill and have a little gentle jog, I would do, but my knees knackered and my balance is still nowhere near enough. Yeah. Casper, you thought you were talking about me. His head's too small. Nah. My head's too big, I think, with the amount of subs I've got. Thinking I've made it as some kind of YouTube star. Nah. No mouse can withstand 5.7 times 28 millimeters at 1200 feet per second. Jeez. Are we talking bang? Oh, co-commentator was the great Prince Effin Okoku. Well named. Yes, that Effin Okoku. Famously scored 5 goals for Norwich at Everton. Yes, I know, Steve. I was there. He's one of those annoying bastards that seem to just do fantastic against Everton. We have a list of people. There was people who just scored against us, but also people like Esteban Fuertes, who played for Derby, scored 1 goal, and that was against Everton, obviously, in a winner for Derby. Then got found that he was Argentine but had faked an Italian passport to get his work permit. So he got sent home, he got deported, and he'd only ever scored 1 goal, and it was against us. Corrado Grabby, who played for Blackburn, scored 1, I think, in the league against us. Ricky van Wolfswinkel scored 1 goal for Norwich, a winner against Everton. He now plays for FC Twente, which is my team over in the Netherlands, so I can't hate him that much. But this just seems to be an ongoing thing. If you haven't scored for a while, or you've never scored a hat-trick, Everton come up and say, alright, here we go, it's going to happen this week, guaranteed. Always bloody happens. Yes, tip for mousetraps. They prefer chocolate digestives to cheese. They do, because they're not cartoon animals. You don't have those big blocks of cheese with the holes cut in. The stuff, that cheese, Swiss cheese with the holes in, Emmental is it, that my sister in Tesco once referred to as mouse cheese. What the hell are you going on about? Well, it's where the mice have been eating through it. No, it isn't. Having to explain to her that's not what it is. This is the same girl who thinks that an octopus has got 8 testicles. And when I told her it was a load of bollocks, she never got the joke. Something to take your frustration out on. Ping, bye-bye, gone. Bloody Norwich. Mind you, we can't have a go because Pat Van Den House scored at Carrow Road in 1987. The goal that won us the league. So, still got good memories of Norwich as well. Poor old Ricky, just the 1 goal. Had to be the 1 goal. He's doing better now in the Eredivisie though, thankfully. Changing handbags and you found £100 you didn't know you had. Happy feckin' days is right, Jackie La. Stick it in your back bin. Peanut butter works the best. They can't rip it off the trigger. There we go. Do you know what? I've heard that somewhere else actually. I don't know where I've heard that. Yeah, because obviously if it's chocolate, they are quick things, quick grab and off they go. But if it's peanut butter, they're still there 5 minutes later, pinned to the thing. Yes, man, you prefer chocolate digestives to cheese as well. How about chocolate hobnobs? Chocolate hobnobs are the shiznits. Yep, Jackie, the chips are on you, girl. Salt and malt on mine. You were there, Steve, the good old days. Long time ago when we was fab. When footy was decent. You can have a choice of gravy with your chips. Is that a thing in Northern Ireland? Because I know it's a huge northern thing, isn't it? Northern England. Northern boys love gravy, which we do. Doesn't seem to be something that you get everywhere else in the country. Chips and onion gravy. Used to get that after going swimming in Garston baths on a Saturday. What gravy do you put on your chips? Chippy gravy, so it's really sort of thickish, proper. Is it beef? Beef gravy. Tasty. Boss on chips, mate. But then if you had Harvey here as well, I think she'd be talking about, what's the thing they have as well? They have satay sauce with, there's a patacha orloch, they call it, which is war chips, which got onions and something else and peanut sauce on them. Really, really tasty, apparently. Never tried them. Light drizzle. Yeah, good Soccer AM quote. Sheephead, that wasn't it? That was when Soccer AM was the funniest thing on TV by a distance. What a shame it went the way it did. Always loved the mank dancers. Northern boys love gravy. Yeah, Chinese chippy gravy. You went with a friend to a pet shop to buy mice for his snakes. You ordered 3 boxes on top of each other as he drove. Felt them get through the cardboard from the top to the middle box and then down to, oh, horrific. About 20 of them. Eesh. Satay sauce, curry sauce, garlic mayonnaise. There's a hell of a lot going on there. Loads of options. Remoulade, yeah, never tried that either. Jackie Kirsty has been in the chat, but has had to disappear. No problem, no doubt she will be back a little later. She normally is. Normally pops back in, doesn't she? Saf wants garlic mayo. Yep, get that on there. I couldn't believe that when we moved back to England. I used to have mayo on my chips because I was so used to it. And nobody in England even thought about it. Got called all the sick bastards under the sun for doing it. What's wrong with you, you dirty, dirty bastard? Mayonnaise with chips. Well, yeah, try it. And no one did. And now, wherever you go to any pub that's doing pub food, they've got mayo on the chips. As Ronald Koeman said, the fat-headed, useless gobshite that he is. Chips without mayonnaise is not chips. The only good thing he said while he was here. The horrible, fat, Den Perry looking gobshite. Oh, she's getting a bedroom ready for a new bed. Yeah, of course. Yeah, Robbie Knox, the tramp, lives near Norwich. I've seen that. Tramp. Yeah. You like Tatsiki? Never been there. Is it nice? Is the weather good? What's the harbour like? The old harbour? Is it nice? Tatsiki. That's a proper Scouse sounding thing, doesn't it? Give us 3 portions of chips and put loads of that fucking tzatziki on it, will you there, girl? Remoulade is great on both chips and fried fish. Again, never tried it. It's something I'm going to have to try. Just to be able to say it's horrible, or I've tried it and it's great. In Turkey, you have your choice of salt or ketchup mayo on your chips. They put on both, you can't choose. All right. That's it. Just you're asking, you are given what you're given. I don't mind it. Cara. Oh, no. My voice is slightly lower than his, Steve. Plus, I'm actually from Liverpool. He isn't. The bad bootle meth. I love all these Scousers that played for Liverpool. Steven Gerrard, Uber Scouser, he's not even from the city. East Manhattan, which is outside of the city, same as Kirby. It's a new town outside of the city. Has as much connection to Liverpool as Mogadishu. Tzatziki is great. It's just Greek yogurt, garlic and cucumber. Well, I don't mind that then. In fact, I've probably had that. I've probably had that this week, to be honest with you. What day is it? Monday. I think it was Monday. My ma made kofta burgers from a recipe that my sister has been using. And we had something like that on there as well. Yogurt, cucumber, I'm sure there was garlic in it. It wasn't just raita, it was a little bit more than that. Fish and chips should only have salt and vinegar. Yeah and no, but in Liverpool it's traditional to have a carton of curry sauce poured over it as well. That apparently doesn't translate to the rest of the UK. It only seems to be us that admits to doing it, at least anyway. Yeah, chippy. Fish, chips and a carton of curry. In fact, I might have to have that this week. I've been a good boy so far. I've looked after myself, so I'm entitled. Or entitled. I had a fella on the phone lines once from West Bromwich, I think it was. I just want what I'm entitled to. Entitled. His voice was fantastic. I don't know why people ever go with that accent. I loved it. Goedenavond, Hadewig. How are you? You alright? Remoulade is like tartar sauce. Yes, tartar sauce on your fish finger butty. Of course, you have to have that. And how great is a fish finger butty? I mean, genuinely. It's a hidden gem, I think. Only we seem to know this. And also, the slice of bread, or fish fingers were made, weren't they, to fit 6 on a slice of bread perfectly. That's why they're the size that they are. So tartar sauce has often been described as a type of remoulade with mustard stepping in for the traditional anchovy. So it's that gives it its piquancy rather than anchovy, right? Ah, well, very nice. Tartar sauce usually features fewer components. Mayonnaise, chopped capers and sweet pickles like cornichon, yeah. So remoulade recipes add a wider variety of herbs as well, along with vinegar or hot sauce. Ooh, I'm going to have to try that. Remoulade, I wonder where we can get it from. Yes, like, it's a bit like it, which is true, I suppose, isn't it? In primary school, you had a special hatred for kids whose mums put in fish finger sandwiches for them. You got to have them fresh, proper fresh, straight out the pan, greasy, with a load of tartar sauce on them. Adam, how you doing, mate? How's things? Fish finger butties seem to be one of those slightly drunken, after the pub kind of meals, or they were to us anyway. After the pub used to be lots of weird food. Me and my ex used to go to the Asda by ours and buy turkey dinosaurs and mini sausage rolls and onion rings and all that kind of stuff. We used to call it crapas, like crap tapas, and just get snarled into that, drunk, watching stupid stuff on TV after the pub. I miss that kind of stuff. No one in the house in here would do the same kind of thing, which is a pain. Yeah, busy. I do know, busy. A spare 5 minutes to get your head in the door. Well, while you're here, we had better mention the Charcoal Coffee Company, as we do every stream. If you like your coffee and you're in the UK, give them a try. Genuinely, absolutely fantastic stuff. The link is in the description below. You will not regret it. Trust me, you will not regret it. How's the coffee business going? Yeah, there you go. Winding up the charcoal roasting and hoping to go live by the 1st of March. That is something to look forward to. That should be hopefully the start of a massive, massive step forward for you as well. People need to start getting onto your products because they are fantastic, mate. They really are. As good a start to the day as you're going to have any rights to expect, to be honest with you. And much needed when you've had about 4 hours sleep and you've got to pick your daughter up and drop her off at placement while she's moaning about everything. Danish remoulade, there we go. Might have to have a go with that, you know. There seems to be a lot in there that I like. Yeah, might give that a bash. I'll look back at this and write down the... Oh, hello. Adam, leveled up to level 4. Brilliant. You're also talking to someone about how you can send out to the EU. Good. As you should do. It's just a pain in the arse about the red tape that you need to jump through now. Which I know because it's the job that I do, unfortunately. I have to deal with that on a day-to-day basis. And getting things into and out of the country is so much more difficult than it used to be. It used to genuinely just be whack a label on it and stick it away and off it went. Now absolutely everything is going to have to be checked in and out minutely. So the price of everything is going to go up. And of course the EU being the biggest trading bloc on earth, the richest trading bloc on earth, very, very strange thing to do to decide to walk away from it. Makes no sense. Never will make any sense. We've shot ourselves in the foot as a trading nation. And considering we don't make anything anymore. Stupid, stupid. We used to be the finance capital of the world. Lots of that has moved to Paris, Frankfurt and Amsterdam. Just crazy. It's crazy, crazy. Yes, Casper, send me that recipe, mate, if you can. I will give that a go, definitely. Mandy, it's been ages since you leveled up. It is because you are now at that level where it takes ages before you can level up. It's not the. This is like playing Call of Duty. The first 10 levels, you're flying through them and think, I'm going to do this dead easy. Then all of a sudden, it's the grind, man. You're on the grind. The same as us trying to get the watch hours done. Strange noise just then. Very odd. Must be Jeff pissing about. Yeah, postage is an absolute pain in the arse. Trying to send anything anywhere. And also, if you're sending to places where you have to start paying import duty and import tax and stuff. I bought a t-shirt from Cuba, and the import tax that I had to pay was more than the t-shirt was. But I bought it anyway because there's no one else at all who's going to have the same one as me. Yes, we should never have left. Northern Ireland has been really badly hurt. They have. And again, because the job that I do, it was quite obvious what was going to happen. And I hate it when there's people lying on TV. It's all going to be fantastic. You know, we're going to start negotiating with individual countries in the EU. You're not. It's not how a trading bloc works. You trade with the bloc. They have one voice. Yeah, it's weird, the whole thing between Northern Ireland and Great Britain. Because Northern Ireland has the Republic of Ireland next door, which is in the European Union. They have to be careful. Otherwise, things would just go across the border and then straight over to the UK. And you're not allowed to do that, obviously. It's making you want to start from scratch, nearly, Mandy. If there was such an option, I would do that, because there is in Call of Duty, and there is in most games, video games. Once you reach, I think it's level 55, you then get the option to prestige. You go back to 0, but you get a little badge that says you've done it once, and then you go through that and you've got 10 badges, or I think it's more than that, it might be 20. So you've got the prestige, you're starting again and working your way back up. So I might recommend that to Botrix. The idea of prestige. In fact, I will do that. Remind me. Seems though you're the one who remembers things more than I do. I will send them an email and say, is there any chance of having a prestige system? And then I can design badges for people, which I'm going to do once the memberships come in. I'll see if I can give everyone a free membership and everyone gets free badges. Definitely want to do that. Right, so yeah, Adam, the same thing. Yeah, wherever you send to, there's going to be import duties or added taxes, depending on where they are as well. And it's different. You can have two countries side by side. One will be dead easy and cheap, and the other one, all of a sudden, you have to pay a fortune to get it. It's mad. No hard border. Yeah, there's two good ideas. Buy it in bulk. Bulk import into South Africa. You can be the single point of contact, the Spock in South Africa, or get it over to the UK and have a tasting. Actually, I think you sent it to Northern Ireland. There was no issues. Good. It was lovely too. Yep. Jackie, let's have a look where you're up to. I'll have a look on leaderboard, on Board. Just give it a refresh to see where we are. Jackie, you are level 5. So you're about to get on the page 1. Heading towards the European places. Yeah, try being a lorry driver or a supplier. It is awful. And again, all the people that knew what they were talking about said this at the time. There is going to be a huge amount of red tape. Oh no, we'll be able to cut red tape. You won't. Once you become a third country, all the red tape in the world has to be done. It's crazy. There you go, Saf. Yeah. Taste testing with Adam, watching footy with me, skiing with Casper, knitting with Mandy, and hiking with Hadwick. European tour is going to be full. That sounds like that should be a channel, shouldn't it? Hiking with Hadwick. You should make that. And there you go, there's a link. Mandy's just dropped it in there. Thank you, Mandy. If you want to know where you are on the leaderboard, you click on that link and it will give you your name next to everyone else's, and is it how many hours you've been watching? Or in some people's cases, how many days they've been watching. That's the weirdest thing in the world. That people have been watching me for days. It's mad. The Welsh Food Department are trying to push Welsh food business to ship abroad. Of course they are, as well they should, but there's just so much red tape in people's way. It's stupid. It really is. And you've got such a massive... The whole of Europe is just there on our doorstep. And when you've got YouTube channels and things like that where you can show people exactly what you're doing, and you build up a community like we've got a community between us all, where people should be ordering constantly, and it's almost impossible. It's stupid. Steve, you're in a European place, mate. Adam, you're doing all right, mate. Don't worry about that. You are doing okay. Second page, but you're doing okay. Yeah, every Sunday morning, watch us struggle through the mud. It does sound like a show people would watch. I would definitely watch that kind of thing. There's an audience out there for everybody. It sounds stupid, but even me just walking up and down this bloody street, there's people watching. It's mad. Yep, very Truman Show. It is. It's a bit crazy. Things have changed so much. There's cameras everywhere and lights everywhere. 2 bloody stream decks. My room didn't look like this last year. Very, very odd. Lidl are currently advertising for Irish suppliers. So most of it's just coming from the island. Eventually Ireland is going to be one country again. And all the people that are over here fighting to stop that from happening are the ones that will have made it that way. Especially the Conservatives who go on about being the party of the union are doing everything they can to split the union into 1,000 million pieces. Yeah, so if hiking on your own, you'll probably end up in a different country. But it'll make fantastic content. Right, so chat level, points and watch time. The watch time is just... I still can't get over that. Mad. Yeah, not unusual in Europe. Very, very easy just to walk for 20 minutes. Well, where you are as well, Larry, it's... you're in Netherlands, you'd be close to Belgium, close to Germany, Luxembourg, just down the road. And France will be just there as well, won't it? You know, not that far away. You can get to a lot of places very, very quickly. Get in your car and drive for about half an hour. You can be in 4 different countries. Mad. The Welsh Government not give any financial support to small businesses. They should be trying to push things like that. I feel sorry for like Welsh farmers with lamb. Fantastic lamb, the best you're going to get. And yeah, there's just tons and tons of it coming in from New Zealand because it's a massive, or New Zealand and Australia, massive countries where they can intensively farm it and throw it on a truck or those big lorry trains, whatever they call them. It's mad. It's British, Jackie. It is, but they're just doing the best over here to split it up into 1 million pieces, aren't they? Yeah, Adam, the subs have been flying in, but unfortunately most of it is down to shorts. I can do a good couple of thousand views easily on a short, and then if I'm doing 10 or 15 of them on the back of doing lives, I can chop them up into shorts, getting thousands of views and loads more people watching. But they don't count towards the watch hours, unfortunately. So I'm stuck in the middle. Not enough watch time or not enough shorts views to hit the 10 million in 3 months. And none of them are counting towards the overall watch hours. So, but we're going to get there. We will get there. But it just shows you there is an audience out there for everyone. The 900, getting over your first 100 is the most difficult thing. Getting to 1,000, you'll be there before you know it. And then just keep going and going and going. And keep losing hours. I'm the same at the moment as well. Loads of stuff that I did in just before Christmas and just after Christmas last year got me quite a few hours. So while I'm still making loads of at the moment, all of a sudden there'll be loads taken off. Just that ball ache, but we're going to get there. All of us will get there. You still haven't figured out where on your round village Belgium starts. You'll get there as well. No help to startups. You can get a loan, but you don't want one. Medium businesses can. Typical. Oh, Jeff, if you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. If you give him a fishing rod, he can steal your car keys through the letterbox and go ram raiding. Well said, Jeff. Well said. Something wrong with you, Jeff. Small businesses need all the help they can get. Genuinely, it's going to have to be the way forward, isn't it? The southern border you have with Germany is like a floating border. But again, that's the way it should be, really. Been watching me for 3 days and 3 hours. All right, Sinead. Jeff is a very bad influence. Oh, come on, Steve. It's not just in Liverpool. Loads of that shit goes on. So much so, right? You can buy a Range Rover and actually get insurance on it in Liverpool, but you can't in Manchester or London, and I think Birmingham as well. Those 3 cities can't be trusted because the cars keep getting stolen, whereas in Liverpool you're alright. Bizarrely. Town centres are crap now, they are, aren't they? Unless you're interested in getting your phone fixed or buying vapes, apart from that. Yeah. Yeah, Adam, you finance your entire business yourself, so you really need the charcoal roasting to work. It's a very niche thing, so in theory, it's the kind of thing where if people actually want that, there's not many options. I can't remember seeing anything else apart from you who's going to be doing that. So where else are they going to go? And if you're pitching it right, which you seem to be doing, I think the future's going to be good for you, mate. It really is. And we will try and push it as much as possible. You deserve it, you really do. It's not very often people take a bit of a gamble and try and do something. So why not get behind it and hope it works out? Make it happen. This is the year. 2024, this is the year. Yeah, when John Bishop was on Top Gear, they made fun of him being from Liverpool. Despite the fact that he's from Runcorn, the fucking wall. It's funny, people in Liverpool don't like John Bishop because he's not from Liverpool. And yet he goes on telly being this professional scouser. Bell end. Yeah, there you go. Jackie believes it's a good idea, Jeff. Someone believes in you. Don't know why I'm looking in that direction. That's where Kippers and Horace are. Right, you're the only charcoal coffee roaster in Wales, potentially the only one in the UK. I've not even seen it mentioned anywhere else apart from with you. So it's a very, very niche thing, which obviously once the word gets out about how good it is, and it's a completely different thing, a completely different product, it is the only place people are going to be able to get it. And it should be the only place that people know where to get it. Chroma Town Centre is pub, coffee shop, outdoor shop, pub. Right, coffee shop. See, that sounds like a town centre that works, Steve. Pub with the occasional something else in the middle of it. That works wonderful. I'm down for that. Apart from the fact that I don't drink, but you know what I mean. Yes, are we going to see you in TV ads, Adam? We should. Yeah, you probably won't have to bid too much on the keywords. Definitely not. That's a good thing. We're trying to, I don't know, nose your way into there's coffee everywhere. You see that advertised quite a lot. Even beans and freshly roasted beans and stuff like that. You see that advertised. You never ever see charcoal coffee roasted anywhere. That should be the one. Set you apart. The USP, isn't it? Unique selling point. Not everyone's got one. So fair play to you for doing that. Legan's got a cheapy shop, more cheapy shop, chippy, more chippies and pubs. Again, that sounds quite a bit sort of Northern England, that. Pound stretcher, B&M bargains, Omen bargain, chippy, vape shop, pub. Standard. Right, so when you hit 3,000 watch hours, you can put your Shopify store on YouTube. Of course, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, it's part of the thing, isn't it? Where as soon as you hit the 3,000, you can join the partner program, and it opens up other stuff, not just. Well, you don't get the advertising until 4,000, but it opens up a lot more. The Shopify store would be fantastic for you. Getting it stuck on the sort of attached to the bottom of the screen, isn't it? So people can see it all the time. That'll start getting you a bit more out there. 2,100, fantastic. Ahead of where I am. That shouldn't take you long now. Even if you're losing some, that just constant. You've got stuff that's on there now. Again, it's called evergreen content. It is on there all the time. It's not like you're doing something about this week's football that anyone will only watch it this week. It's just constant in the background, churning away. And the more videos you make, the more you've got in the background just churning away. Before you know where you are, you'll have your 3,000 and then you'll have your 4,000. Small businesses are dying in town centres. I think a lot of them are being priced out, aren't they? Unfortunately. It's a dying art form anyway, being able to open shops in the middle of town centres, because it's just too easy to phone Amazon to get stuff delivered to your house, or even coffee shops, Starbucks and all them. A lot of them, people are just ordering, getting them delivered, Deliveroo or Just Eat. Simple things of going in, and the appetite is still there for shops. I've had to order vinyl records online because there's nowhere around here that does them, or not the stuff that I want at the moment anyway. And if I could just go into a shop and spend 100, 200 quid on vinyl, I would do. But there's nowhere that's doing what I need. There's a couple of places that do some bits and pieces, but they're not going to have what I want. And then I'm going to have to go into Liverpool, drive all the way down, find somewhere to park. It's a ball ache. If it was just round the corner from where I was, where I lived, where the record shop used to be, I'd be in there all the time. And that's just with me with records. Loads of other stuff that people would rather go into a shop and buy, but there's none available. It's Amazon, isn't it? Fucking Amazon. Bezos, you prick. Right, you're currently recording 3 separate videos, so you release them one each week if you can. Yep. Again, this is one of those things that they keep on saying, isn't it? If you've got a schedule that you stick to as much as possible, so people know a video is going to be out on this day or around about this day, this time, it starts to grow a bit more. People know to expect, and I know it works the same for me. I watch loads of the car YouTube stuff, so I know that things like High Peak Autos, 7 o'clock on a Monday, Wednesday and Friday, there's going to be a video out by them, and I look forward to that, just because I know that's when it's going to be out. So if you do the same with yourself, stick to a schedule if you can. Off you go. It rates and electric and everything, definitely. Adam, yeah, Dan said you do lives like me. It might not be your thing and you've got nothing to talk about on a live. Neither have I. The first couple that I did, I was shitting myself. I've got no idea. I was trying to write down notes. What can we talk about? But just start these ones now. Oh yeah, how you doing? How's everyone? The same people who turn up for mine are going to turn up for yours. Right? It's going to be, we've got the same crowd, the same community. So it'll just be everyone chatting in the chats like you do here. And then you read, react, throw a couple of things in that you might have done during the week. Simple as that. You'll do it. Do it. Do it, Adam. Do it. We'll watch. Steve, your van road tax coming today, it's gone up to 320, up 70 quid from last year. I think your car tax is 390 a year. I don't know what mine is. Mine's a 19-year-old diesel, big diesel. So I think mine's about 400 as well, maybe a little bit more. Is it 390? It might be the same actually. Yes, man, neither do I. Very, very true. All vans, no matter the size, are taxed the same. Ball ache, isn't it? Because some of them are just, you see, like, they look like charcoal briquettes being burned in the back of them, and other ones are Euro 6 compliant and look clean, and we're all still charged the same. It's stupid. Yeah, let us know when. You should do, Adam. Genuinely, you'll have loads of stuff to talk about, but you don't realise it until you get on there. As soon as you get on and start talking, things pop up, and I think you'll be fine doing that. And it's a fantastic way of doing your hours. I was struggling building the hours up until I started doing the regular lives, and you can pick up a huge amount of, if you do them regularly. I'm getting about 20 hours per live stream, so if I do 2 a week, that's 40 hours without even trying, without any of the other videos having to do anything. So it does really add up, and that's without also getting people rewatching them. I know some people do, and I tend to have, I can have, was it like 15, 20 people in a live, but I'm still getting 70, 80, maybe 100 views as well. So it really adds up. I don't know who's watching these things back later on, but they must do something for them. Yeah, you don't talk about coffee for 2 hours, other stuff comes up. It does. All kinds of mad stuff comes up. What we were talking about the other day, we had improvised explosive devices crept up the other day. So the community is a slight worry to me, to be honest. Some of the things that they know how to do. Daniel still does his lives, yeah. Jackie, your tax is 180. You've got a smaller car though, haven't you? And a bit more modern, up to date. Oh, yeah, you've got the Subaru Forester, haven't you? Lovely thing. But yeah, they are jacked up petrol estate, high tax. The lad off Cars and Custard has just bought one of them. That's on his channel at the moment. He's had Land Rovers and BMWs and that, and he's had to get rid of them. So he's just gone out and bought himself a Subaru Forester, and he absolutely loves it. Yeah, you could. And you know what, Saf? Teaches about coffee and how you stand apart. Adam genuinely does, because it's just completely different to what everyone else is doing. It's something that, as I say, something a bit niche. It's you're not going to get it anywhere else. Fantastic. If anyone else is trying to do a YouTube channel, if you can find something that sets you apart completely, that's the thing. That's why you go massive, and it's just having that little unique selling point, which Adam's definitely got. You should definitely look into the lives. Yeah, if you give plenty of notice. I've got mine set up for Sunday and Wednesday at 8 o'clock, and that pretty much never changes, because that way people know that they're going to be on every week, twice a week at the same time. If they want to watch, they can dip in, they can dip out. And if you set yourself a couple of times where you do them, everyone will be able to work around and say, well, I've had the notification, I'll jump on that. That's what happens with Dan. His pops up, people join in if they can, but when they were more scheduled than they are now, everyone was in there. Yes, in the RDA, we once came up with a plan if anyone ever needs to hide a body. Yes, it is slightly concerning, some of the stuff that goes on in that chat and in this one. Series 2 Subaru Forester, the best car you've ever owned. It is spoken about very, very highly. I wouldn't mind one myself, to be honest with you. I need to go and get mine sorted out. It needs some suspension work doing on it. And unfortunately, I think the fella who's going to do it is very, very busy. I phoned to get a service. Before Christmas, 22nd of December, I phoned up. I said, yeah, the first slot I've got is the 30th of January. Jesus. So he's a very, very busy man. But I need to get mine sorted as soon as possible. Yep. Oranje. Mum recognises it, and that's what matters. Exactly, Jackie, it does. Yeah, get on the RDA, the Instagram chat. And when you're going to do the lives, which you should do definitely, throw it into the RDA chat and let people know you're going to do one. Everyone is really supportive, so everyone will jump in and make sure that you've got viewers, and just stay on for as long as you feel comfortable. That's the way I started doing it. I did a couple where it was half an hour or so, 45 minutes, and then before you know where you are, you're just stuck on forever. Man, look at this now. Ridiculous. I haven't even started with the other shit, have I? We're going to have to go very quickly over to see what's happening in Jeff's world. There you go. Who's failed the test? You may want to consider that decision, pal. Don't make me go demon on your ass. I don't think I'd like to be teaching him. At weekends, I like to potter around in the garden. Sod IKEA, that's truly evil. Yes, he has got a point. I'm going to turn Skelmersdale into the Wool Dubai. There you go, look at that. It looks a bit like Scam, because there's roundabouts everywhere. Hoo-yah! Yeah, Skelmersdale, or Skem. It's just full of roundabouts, a bit like Milton Keynes, I think. So when someone says, I'll meet you by the roundabout, you can then spend another 4 hours working out which fucking roundabout it is. Yeah, not everyone's on RDA. Steve, yeah. But it's the thing as well, if you set up, Adam, you set up like a regular time or regular times that you do it, regular days and regular times, people know them. I'll just jump on whichever day you're doing it. So we'll always be able to make sure people know. Yeah, Jackie, the RDA's chat is a little bit over the top at times, isn't it? It tends to go, it is a bit like the Matrix. Saf, yes, still taking questions for Jeff. If there's anything you want to know from him, stick it in the chat and we'll ask him and see what he says. Jeff. He's a pain in the arse at times, but we love him. Hadavik, you've still got to gather your costume for Old Women's Evening tomorrow night. Is that where everyone dresses up as an old woman? Is it literally just that straightforward? I think I've seen something like that over here as well, but it was fellas, to be honest. I think it might have been something slightly different. That might have been... we have plenty of stag do's in Liverpool. Stuff like that going on. Yeah, Adam, pop in every couple of weeks. Stay for 5 minutes, realise it's too much, and then jump back out. I've got it on mute most of the time. Does Instagram have a marketplace like Facebook? I don't know, I don't think it does, you know. Mind you, I don't really use it that much, apart from I chat with some of my mates from work, and I've got the RDA on there as well. We can look into it, Dom. It's Thursday before Carnival, when it's women's night. Women dressed as old women. Men have to stay at home. Or the women are allowed to hit them on the butt, cut the ties and belts and chase them away. To be fair, that sounds like a Tuesday night in Liverpool. Or questions for Jeff. When's the calendar coming out? I'll field that one. I think with it being a calendar, it would have to come out in December, wouldn't it? In time for the January next year. So if there's any merch going to get done, including a Jeff calendar, I think that'll have to be done for December. I'm going to have to look into merch stuff, aren't I? I know some of the people in some of Jess's mates were looking for stuff, so who knows? Not that I want to sell anything, but if it's print on demand, if anyone wants to wander around with, I don't know, Horace's face on a shirt, who knows? Someone could. When's Jeff's birthday? We never got round to that, did we? We know he came from a volcano, but we don't know when the date was, what day or what year it was. Yeah, Jackie, don't go back any further. Just jump in and start from scratch. Everybody had a week. Everyone has been giving up on reading back. So when you say, "Didn't you see it the other day?" No, because I looked, made a cup of tea, and when I came back, there was 4,000 missed messages. So I'm not reading through them. Jeff, is it true that Jeff is trisexual? Yes, he will trisexual. Try anything sexual once. Yep. Whereas I'm bisexual. When I want it, I've got to pay for it. That's B-U-Y sexual, by the way. RDA seems to be Kirsty constantly hitting the wrong button and calling everyone. It does. Although, to be fair, as I say, I'm on Instagram with me mates as well from work and people I've known for years. That happens quite a lot. It's just accidentally, and with me being a clumsy sod, we're always accidentally trying to ring each other. Mad. If I do merch, I'm going to do it big. Steve, go big or go home, mate. I can't wear anything small myself anyway. I'm a double XL, and that's being fairly slim. It's going to be big, yeah. I'll make sure there's merchandise available for the more husky gentlemen. The silverback line. Oh, a positive mental coffee blend. Oh, there you go. Now, I was about that for a mashup merch. Oof. Now we're talking. That's the kind of stuff that, yeah. That's thinking outside the box. I like that. Ali, how you doing? How's things? You okay? That's a Boy George quote, is it? I did not know that. I knew I heard it somewhere. I didn't realise it was him. There you go. Nothing worse than hugging a skinny fella. Yep. Especially if it's your first night in jail. Ali, you're not gate crashing at all. We're all part of the community. Everyone is more than welcome in here. You'll see all the same names that you see in Daniel's lives as well. We like seeing people in here. It's all part of fun. But yeah, I'll make sure there's loads of big stuff. I was thinking about it earlier on, funnily enough. There's a couple of designs I was looking at, possibly. I was thinking maybe if COVID comes back, we could have Horace face masks. Or Jeff ones. Jeff face masks. Even if you don't like masks, I think people would still wear a Jeff face mask. An evil blue grin. Welcome to the point party, yes. You'll be slightly confused once that starts kicking in. And there's been no gate for ages. 100% correct, Saf. The gate has been kicked wide open. Anyone is welcome to come in. Yeah, it is a bit incestual, isn't it? The same people popping in and out all the time. But it's funny because it's not just these lives. You can literally jump on anything, anywhere in YouTube, and there'll be someone from here just suddenly banging in there. Well, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? I didn't realise you like this. Yes, you win points for chatting on here, Ali. You win points. A Jeff face mask, I was thinking that would look absolutely fantastic. Also, because it's Jeff, and of course, Jeff, being an evil sod, he'd have a face mask with a hole at the front for the mouth, so you can put your straw in and drink. It's not going to help you stop getting COVID and stuff, but it'll look fantastic. So yeah, there will be merch, and there's definitely, absolutely 100% going to be a Jeff face mask. I will get on that tomorrow. I will get the Jeff face mask sorted out tomorrow. It's a pity I haven't got a massive... Hang on, whoa back. Yeah, pity I haven't got about 10,000 subs who all want to buy stuff, because my mate, who lives down in Formby, he prints stuff. He does all the t-shirts and things. So I think it'd be better being able to give someone that bit of business that you know. But it'll have to be print on demand until I'm world famous, obviously. The points, yes, there is a prize. There are a list of prizes. And correct, Hadawik, they are knitted ninja potatoes. Yeah, I can't believe I've just said that as well. It will make sense at some point. We have knitted potatoes with ninja masks, which are a sight to be seen. Multitasking, watching Embrace the Globe on TV and on the phone here. So being as supportive as always, Ali, we like that. Knock off Liverpool shirts. Yeah. Horrible. It's mad as well, considering my dad played for 4 football clubs, and he's a big Evertonian, and the first 3 were all red. And then Tranmere played in, I think it was claret and blue when he was there, with white as the away, which has been changed around now, obviously. But yeah, red. Wrexham, Middlesbrough, FC20, all bloody red. It's mostly prestige until I visit and pick up the ninja potatoes. For now, yes, I will at some point. But I will have to make sure I have to go and buy a truck first, won't I? Or a pickup truck. Yeah, anything interesting on? Apart from us, we are the really interesting stuff here. Question for Jeff. How old was Jeff when he invented time? I'm going to ask him all these because we need to know these things. Q&A with Jeff. That's definitely coming next week. Oh, Rio Carnival. Very nice. The only carnival I've ever been a part of was the one in Enschede in the Netherlands when I dressed up like a farmer. And I think I did put the picture in the RDA chat, didn't I? I've got that somewhere. There's a picture of me looking like a farmer. When I was 9 or 10. Little skinny, ridiculous thing. Chuck Norris versus Jeff. The never-ending question. There's an answer to that one. It's Jeff. Always Jeff. Chuck Norris didn't want to know. Why did Jeff invent gravity? It's a bit inconvenient. Let's ask him that one. Video the trip to Rill. I will do that. The drive to Rill should be good. That's not a bad drive, that one. Especially if I go through the tunnel. The Mersey tunnel. Down through to the M56. And then across. I like that. It's good, a good drive. A drive that I used to do when I was going to Llandudno. So I like that one. Who thinks Spencer will end up in the sex slave trade when he visits the UK? He may never be allowed to leave. Rio has better weather for carnival than we have. No. It's got to rain. It's got to be miserable. That way people try harder to enjoy themselves. Everyone can enjoy themselves when it's sunny and warm and, everyone's having a laugh. When it's cold, damp and miserable, you've got to work hard to have fun. 16th of March, you're having the Cape Town Carnival. That sounds fantastic. Yes, oh, you remember the picture? I wasn't adorable. I looked an absolute mess, but, you know, my first little draw-on moustache as well. Back when I was a little skinny runt. As opposed to now when I'm a big skinny runt. Oh, yeah. Buying or selling, Adam. Is he going to be a part of that? Selling on, or is he going to be sold on? Ali, the ship that you got was for the others out at sea on Mapathon in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Yeah, Spencer will not want to live. Will not want to leave once he does a gig here. You won't know what's hit him. You might be surprised. I have to try and have a word with him as well. If he visits Liverpool on a Monday, especially the Monday club at the Cavern Pub, Ian Prowse, the singer in Amsterdam and Pele, he does the Monday club, and as long as you do your own stuff, not cover versions, you can get on stage and play. Anyone's allowed up there, and to be able to play in the same street as the Cavern where the Beatles were seems to go down quite well. Imagine Dan saying on a ETS 21 live stream, "Where is Spencer?" Liverpool has him. We're not letting him go. That's it. It's there. We're kept hostage. Ali, you've levelled up to level 1. There you go. You're in there like swimwear straight away. This becomes very addictive, apparently. The points system. Ask Mandy and a few others who are doing really well. Jeez. How many levels? I think it might be infinite levels. We haven't decided on what level equals what potato, but we will at some point. I'll sit down with Jeff, Horace and Kippers and we'll work that out between us. But I think it's infinite levels. It's just the more you go on, the more you go, the more addictive it becomes. So the ship has an Irish flag, if you're okay with that. You should be okay with that. You don't want a British flag, us imperialist pig dogs. Have an Irish one, far more relaxed. Mandy's the points pro, she is. Although saying that, Hadawik's not far behind her. Casper's not far. Hey, Steve, you're not far behind either, you know. You're in a Champions League spot at the moment, mate. Your maternal grandmother's Irish, so you're fine with that. There you go. See, it was designed, it was meant to be. I think most people's maternal grandmothers are going to be Irish, aren't they, at some point? Obviously, being from Liverpool, I think every one of us has got a little bit of Irish in us. If we sing a song in the comments, will we get more points? That could well happen. We have the ability to add or detract points. Or I have anyway. Detract. It's not detract, it's subtract. I can't even speak English. Nobody knows how many levels there are. You're on level 18 so far, but it gets harder to level up. It does. It takes longer for every level, but I think it might be infinite levels, which is really, really frustrating. But that's part of the fun. How difficult is the Botrix system? If you do a live, you may offer free coffee for the first 3 levels. Dead easy. Really, really easy. And go through it with you. I went through it on a live with Kev. He was live and I just spoke to him about it and we sorted it out while he was on the screen. So it's fairly straightforward. You just got to link your account to it and let it do the rest. It also, because I'm multi-streaming, I'm going to YouTube and Twitch at the same time. It drags the chat through from both sides, which is quite handy. And it puts them on the screen. I'm pointing there and you can't see where I'm pointing to, which is stupid. It's puts it there. That's more like it, isn't it? We all live in a yellow submarine. We have a yellow submarine outside John Lennon Airport. That's the proper yellow submarine, you know. Which used to be at Otterspool when we had the garden festival. You can request music. You can. There's no guarantee it'll be listened to, but you can request it. And if you request it, it adds towards getting your points on Botrix. See? Yeah, your Rumble channel, you could live stream to there as well. Yeah, that's the good thing. You can multi-stream. I mean, I'm using OBS, which is quite handy, but I also then go through Restream, which sends it out to different places. But there's loads of stuff you can do on streams that, once you start getting into it, become very, very addictive. I love doing it. Love all the pissing around as well. In fact, speaking of which, because the time's getting on, we're going to have to go to another little...
But Kipper's Vindaloo can't be good for you.
Kippers kicks ass.
Has Jeff left that one alone? Well, there we go. Man builds Eiffel Tower model with 700,000 matchsticks over 8 years, only to have the world record rejected. The model maker said Guinness World Records rejected his efforts without even looking at his 23.5 feet model, 7 meters tall, stating 2 reasons for his decision. He should go on strike. Kippers, that was absolute dog shit. You should be embarrassed. In fact, should I give him a... Right, you've got a dad joke, but yeah, that's awful. That is absolutely piss poor. Disgraceful behaviour. You're going to think of some, yep. Send the music through, I don't mind. Rumble only sends you hourly notifications. I don't think I get them hourly. If you're going to do them on Rumble as well, make sure you drop it into the RDA chat. And well, I've got more than one phone, so I can watch it on YouTube and Rumble at the same time. Make sure you get your viewing hours and what have you. Red Dwarf, easily one of the best shows ever, without a shadow of a doubt. I love it. Absolutely love it. Seeing a sitcom about the last human being alive, and he happens to be from just round the corner from where I'm from. Bizarre. Steve, Rumble, yeah, it's like YouTube without the censorship. It is, which is why you can't get the app in the UK, because they're not happy with Rumble allowing all kinds of stuff on there that really shouldn't be. But for the time being, it means you can throw up anything on there. That's why Daniel keeps doing his music stuff on there. Once it gets blocked on YouTube, throws it on Rumble so people can see it. YouTube blocks stuff because of copyright. Rumble is not remotely interested, so that they're falling out with a lot of governments who are not happy with the stuff that's on there, including lots of right-wing stuff and dodgy stuff on there as well. So be careful if you're on there. It's a bit strange, Rumble. And same thing, I've got it as a fail-safe as well, but also to protect the fact that I've got the same name. I've got Tricadelic on pretty much all my socials, which I've had for 20 odd years. And Positive Mental Attitude, I've tried to jump on there as well to make sure no one's stealing that, because you never know what people are like these days. Not that anyone's going to benefit from using my name, but there you go. Yeah, Saf, has your webcam not arrived yet? The big ones hide in the caves. Big fish freak me out. I was over in Cuba on holiday, and then there was we did a little bit of not scuba diving, just snorkeling. And it was supposed to be on the coral reef off Cuba, which is the second biggest in the world. But it was a really, really heavy day. The seas were a bit too much, and the visibility was awful. So they dragged us into a cove where there was a little ship that had sunk. We went down and had a swim around there. And looking through a porthole, the biggest face I've ever seen in my life, with a mad row of teeth. It looked like a cartoon. I think it might have been an eel, but it looked the scariest looking thing I'd ever seen. Straight away, I headed for the surface, shitting myself, thinking it was a shark, a narky shark. Not having that. But yeah, disappeared. Not seeing that again. Don't want to look at a face like that when I'm down there. Do I have family from Preston? I don't think I do, but I've got loads of mates there because I've worked in and around Preston for a long time as well with mates there. Adam, no worries, mate. Thanks for seeing you. I'd love to see you in here. Do your lives. Make sure you do your lives. It's a good way of sorting out your hours, and it'll just be having a chat with your mates as well as maybe going into a bit more stuff about what you're doing that you can't do on videos, or just grab yourself a coffee and have a chat with us. They're not tuna big. I don't know what it was. It was fucking huge though. It didn't mean a head on it. It looked like, I don't know. It looked like a fucking massive fish. Know what I mean? I don't know, conger eel. It could have been anything. Could have been a goldfish with elephantiasis, for as far as I know. I don't know. It looked scary, massive with huge teeth. So, yes, I disappeared as quickly as possible and cut my foot on coral, and the sharks everywhere, and I was bleeding, which I don't think was a really good idea. So I was back on the catamaran and back on the eel as quick as possible. What are the Armagh colours? I don't know these things. What are they? I need to get back to Northern Ireland, man. What a place. It was funny. We went over, obviously, to work over in Belfast for the week. So as we were going over, there was people heading back who'd been on stag do's, and everyone was absolutely wasted. It was hilarious. Flying over there on the Sunday, going back home, and then as we were coming back on the Friday night, there was more stag do's going back to Liverpool. It was great. You watch a farmer on YouTube, and her name is Charlotte Ashley. Farmer from near Preston. My surname's Ashcroft, by the way, don't forget. Sheep and cattle. Orange and white. I did not know that. Now, of course, obviously, fantastic Dutch colours, which we do like. We do like that. Hup oranje. Funnily enough, there used to be a lad who played for Preston North End called Ashcroft. Lee Ashcroft, his name was. So there can't be too many people with that surname. And then I found out there's quite a few in Lancashire, as well as a huge percentage will be in the Merseyside area. But I'm sure it said the family name sort of originated in Norfolk. So I'm thinking we're sort of based Norfolk and Lancashire. Mix them together, and there you are. Green, white and yellow from County Offaly. Yep. I think I've seen that before. Watching hurling or Gaelic football, I think I've seen stuff like that. Green, white and yellow seems to be quite a popular colour, doesn't it? Yes, Mandy's called me a lot worse than that, definitely. Your home colours are red and white. Rode and wit from Brabant. Yeah, not a fan of red and white, which is stupid. Like I said earlier on, my dad played for 3 teams that played in red and white. And I still huge amount of support for Wrexham, Middlesbrough and FC Twente. Although, of course, my FC Twente shirt, it's not a red one. Not a chance it's going to be a red one. Blue. Back on the wall it goes. Which means that obviously it's going to fall down in a minute, isn't it? Like that bleeding ring light. How did we level up to level 17? Level 17. Schitterend. Well done. Congratulations. Cork colours, yes. Red and white. Seeing them playing, and also Cork City playing red and white, don't they? I think. It has the stallion. It does. The stallion rampant. I would have the Enschede, the three bars with the X bars going across it. I like that. I wouldn't mind having that tattooed on me to go with the other ones. Barnsey, are you there, mate? Yep, catching you up. But you're still doing alright there, man. Don't worry about that. Oh, now Botrix is acting a maggot. I've already signed in, you useless fucking thing. Yep. Where are we on here now? Oh, right, we're going to have to go and see Horace. See what he's been up to this week. I bought a jacket. It is purple paisley silk. In it I look swish. Hoo-yah! How does the people still use the word swish? Genuinely. Fucking swish. Or do you mean you're from Switzerland and you're doing a Sean Connery impression? Is that what that is? Knobhead. There's still time for a new tattoo. There is. I want the mountains tattooed on me. The mountains mean a lot to me. They're up there, but you can't see them because they're above the thing. Well, I don't even know what you call that. The thing, the samurai thing. They're above the samurai thing. But the mountains mean a lot. I mean the challenge, the journey, the battle mean all that to me, so I think I'm going to have to get that. Provincial colours are blue and white. Your football team is blue and gold. And your first football team wore blue and white stripes like Wednesday, so there's a lot going on there. A lot of blue and white at least. Yeah, lots of blue, definitely. Had a week and had to Google swish. Yeah. Very nice, very dapper. Barnesy, you were watching the footy. Hang on. You mentioned the word. Who was playing tonight? I didn't look because I don't know what day it is, even though it's a Wednesday and I stream on a Wednesday. Stupid. You want to see Horace wearing his purple paisley silk. Is it? I don't know. Did he say a shirt or jacket? Wasn't it? Was it a blues on jacket? Is it a shacket? I don't know. You have your own mountains. Are they blue ridged? Sheich in Dutch, right? Yeah, pretty swish. Cup replay, right. Oh, of course. Thing you were on last night, weren't you? Plymouth and Dirty Leeds. I've gone off football lately, obviously, for obvious reasons. Because, where is it? Oh, I'll put it away, haven't I? Because the Premier League are corrupt. Bastards. Notts Forest. Not Nottingham Forest, Notts Forest. One of the lads on Twitter, one of the I've got loads of Everton followers and mates on Twitter. He is an absolute bastard with them. Such a wind-up merchant. He had all of Nottingham Forest, Southampton, Newcastle fans on strings. That Notts Forest thing, the more they go on about it, the more he goes on himself. And just seeing Forest fans seething is fantastic. I love it. Against Bristol City. Bristol's been watching more Up Pompeii on That's TV. It has been fantastic. Frankie Howard, man, what a genius. So funny. Smoking jacket he is. He is that kind of bear. Smoking jacket, cravat. He needs to stay away from Jeff though, because he's starting to get foul-mouthed and doing base things when he should be more classy. More classy. Don't fall foul of that demonic blue-skinned bastard. Villa v Chelsea. Chelsea 3 up. How? They're a bizarre team, aren't they, at the moment? Look great. Like whale beaters 1 week and wife beaters the next week. Ridiculous. If you get a chance to send Dan another parcel, send my colours, yeah. A box load of coloured headbands, definitely. Yeah, when are you supposed to wear them? Is there a special occasion for it? Special occasion headbands sound like something I can get on board with. You can tie them all together and hang it around the studio. What are like those things that you used to have at Christmas? What are they? Garlands. Remember them? Garlands, la. Anyone hoping to meet Spencer when he comes over? I'm sure people will. Just to make sure that he's alright. So now, it's the same language. It's the same sort of culture, but there's differences that will make your eyes water when you get over there. So he needs to gently get himself into it and hope that there's people there in each particular city or town to keep an eye on him. They're used at GAA matches, hurling or Gaelic football. We can also hang them on your rear view mirror. Very, very nice. I love all that. I had a mate who was from Dublin, and he brought me a slitter, isn't it? Or slitter, whatever it's called. The ball. That's the scariest looking thing I've ever seen. The ball that they used in hurling. It's solid like a cricket ball, but it's got a really, really thick edge on it. A seam, which, oh man, that looks so evil if it hit you. Do some damage. And then they've got the what do you call it? What do you call hurling bats? Is it a bat? Is it just a hurl? I don't know. With lead in them. Bloody Irish. Crazy. Playing games like that. I know Seamus Coleman goes over and watches as often as possible. He loves it. Loves the football. Travelling on your own to a new country is always exciting. Never done it on my own. Never. Not even Belfast, another country. Northern Ireland. I was with loads of people from work. Mad. Never been anywhere on my own. How bad is that? Right, it would be good to meet him, but not sure if you get off work. And if he's in Dublin, it's 2.5 hours by bus from where you live. Absolute ball ache, isn't it? Building up his alcohol tolerance levels at no gigs. He will need it coming to the UK. Yeah, Jackie gonna mother him. Offered bed and freedom. That sounds a bit loaded, that, Jackie. Harry, you went on a holiday by yourself once. You missed that you can't share your experiences with anybody. I can imagine that. That's part of the fun, I would have thought. Even going somewhere awful, you can turn around to the person that you're with and go, it's fucking awful, this, isn't it? Or going to see things that are amazing. It'd be, yeah, just take the edge off it slightly. You went to Armenia for 2 weeks, just before COVID. Any reason why you went there? It doesn't seem the kind of place that people would flock to. Not saying there's anything wrong with Armenia, but just seems a bit of a strange one. Was it nice? Did you enjoy it? There'd be loads of places, wouldn't it? Just mad, random places that you could go to. That would be fantastic. As if you watch any kind of travel shows, or especially the YouTube stuff where people just go off grid completely. The world is fantastic. It does that ruin it. And with the Australian comedian Steve Hughes, fantastic. He said he's been everywhere all around the world. London, Melbourne, New York, Paris, Amsterdam, Rome. It's just the same everywhere. White people shopping. It is, but you need to get off that. Move slightly left of centre and go somewhere different. Oh, my restream chat has stopped. What is it doing now? Wonder if he'll stay with Captain Bapton. Lives near Belfast, yeah. It's a lovely country. Are they at war with someone? Most places in Europe are at war with someone, aren't they? Even if they don't know they're at war with someone. Armenia has amazing old churches and mountains to hike. No wonder you went then. Very nice. Saf, you're off. No worries, mate. Take care. Sleep well. Vel to rusten. Hope to see you soon, bud. Oh, good food there as well. Just completely ignorant, me, aren't I? I don't know too much about Armenia and places like that. I don't think I know too much about a lot of Eastern Europe. A lot of the old Soviet Union and places like that either. There's just, I don't know. Passed a lot of it by, and also the fact that when I was at school, I left school in 1991, a lot of countries in Europe didn't exist back then. Yes, Jeff, we know. Ram Raiden. You're trying to get everyone together doing that, we know. Star the ball now. You went to Nagorno-Karabakh, which had been in war with Azerbaijan just before. But not when you were there. It had been ethnically cleansed by Azerbaijan last December. Azerbaijan seem to have a problem with a few people in that area, don't they? It's, yeah. People need to get on better. Stop arguing. Chill. Relax. Get on the pleasure bus. You assume it's less beautiful now. I would think so if there's been ethnic cleansing. Horrific that people are doing that. People are people, man. Chill. The rest of Armenia was beautiful too. I can imagine that there's entire areas in Eastern Europe going towards, the wilds of Russia and Kazakhstan and Mongolia and places. Must be absolutely incredible. Breathtakingly beautiful. And yeah, where do we go? Spain, Portugal, Greece, that's about it. Jackie off to bed, eyes closing and Pup's already snoring. No problem, always lovely to see you. Take care, see you soon. Yeah, take care, Jackie. Ochivar, is that how that's pronounced? Ochivar. Take care, you wonderful folk. How about me? Not just the wonderful folk, me as well. No claggy flaps tonight, thank goodness. No. I wouldn't have thought so, not in this weather. It still hasn't snowed yet, but it is going to very, very soon. Wide mountains, great food, very helpful people, even if rarely anyone spoke English. See, this is wonderful, this as well. Dutch woman complaining that people weren't speaking English. Yeah. Which separates it, doesn't it? Obviously, that's that part of Europe. Western Europe, everyone speaks English better than we do, obviously. As soon as you start moving further and further away, there's no need to speak English. Many Russian and Iranian tourists. Yeah, I can imagine the Russian ruble will go down well there. Just blue mountains. Well, it is cold. Yes, the night is still young. And clagginess may abound. Your Russian is just very bad. Not as bad as my Russian. My Dutch is getting better though, I hope. I'm getting less and less repeats on Duolingo. Ihamoth. Don't pronounce the THU. I have to think of it in an Irish accent. Oh man. Irish and Welsh, and I suppose probably Scottish Gaelic as well will be the same. Just, I can't get my head round it. Welsh I've got a bit more of a chance with because we lived there for 4 years, but still just mad. I do much better with Dutch and German, and if that's Spanish as well, than I do with anything else. Hope you get loads. Love a bit of snow, Barnsey. Yeah, I do as well, but when we had it the other week, it was an absolute ball ache because our council's shite, so the driving was awful. Arvin is up, right? Pee time. Lego's becoming his known neurotic self again. Oh. He found out that with one shoulder lassie now fits through the cat door. Yes. When life throws you lemons, start becoming a pain in the arse. Good old Lego, go on lad. There will be a new cat door this weekend. Poor Lego. before he gets stuck. Good thinking. Yeah, I suppose there is that. I like the fact that he's willing to have a go. No door will stop him. Right, anyway, it's that time of the day, isn't it? Because I think my daughter will be phoning me fairly soon for a lift. The 17-year-old who's out on the ale while I'm sat at home drinking tea. It's not fair, is it? It's not fair. Don't have a stroke. Whatever you do, don't have a stroke. Unless you're having a stroke with the dog, that's okay. Yeah. But as always, thank you so much for joining. I'll set up the one for Sunday. ASAP. Yeah, I left it late this time, didn't I? Only done it this morning because I'm a useless gobshite. I'm also listening to music, Dutch music, as well as Duolingoing. Not been reading anything as such. I have got I've got a Dutch football magazine, Football International, in the front room. The one that my dad did an interview with. So I can pick that up and have a read through. That should be good. There's loads in there. Ali, yes, it is. It is Earl Grey tea, of course. Of course. Massive mug of Earl Grey. In a very optimistically entitled Mr. Cool mug because, you know, I'm not remotely cool. Mandy, you level up to level 19. See that? You cried that one in tonight, didn't you? I never level up. Oh, there you go, you did. Jeff's taking pity on you. Anyway, yeah. So thank you very, very much. I will see you on Sunday, or see you before that in the RDA or something, I suppose, won't I? I would think. Jeff, stop pissing.
That's all we've got time for this evening, so it's good night from me.
And it's good night from him. Good night. Good night.
And that is that.
Hoo-yah!